Hey my loves, welcome to another video. Today we are talking about altars. So at this point, you should have an altar, be thinking about creating even a small altar, if it's even in your bedroom. You want a sacred space where you can light your candles, do your prayers, keep your herbs and things to that nature. And it can be anywhere in your home, preferably a place that's not trafficked a lot, so it does not have a lot of people walking back and forth, and you can get to it easily so you can keep it clean and replenish the offerings and things like that that go onto it. Now, what kind of altar do you want to have? That's the first question that you want to ask yourself. Do you want an ancestor altar? Do you want an altar to show respect to a deity or to a biblical person that you love? Or do you want an altar for yourself? You know what I mean? You can do an altar for just you and acknowledge you and acknowledge your greatness and how hard you have worked and where you have come in your own life, okay? So pick what type of altar you want. Today I'm going to show you the one for deity, but you can interchange all of this. Instead of it being the picture of the deity, you can put your grandparents' photo or all of the family members you want to represent photo, or a collage of photos. It doesn't have to be this small. It can be in the corner of a desk. It can be something, a small little like 3x5 photo, or you know, like the tiny little wallet size photos. It can be one small like that, a small tiny candle, or a small tiny candle holder, just something that will represent fire. And you want to plant, so you can put any type of flower. I'm not good at keeping plants alive, so I have my Rose of Jericho here. And you want an offering. So you want fire, water, earth, and air. Okay. So with the air, I have an incense here, which will be burning, and you want to burn something that your ancestors would have liked. If they weren't into smoke, you can spray an ancestor spray or a smudge in the area. You want to also keep it clean. What needs to be on your altar? So you want a picture of the deity or any type of representation. It can be a statue of the deity, a small statue or a large statue. I have a huge statue of Calidad that I love, but I don't have room for her to be in a specific space. So, you know, I love her though, and she knows I do. I have for Archangel Michael here. Then we have a gauntlet. So the gauntlet represents our water, and we keep a gauntlet of water on your altar. I have some daisies in mine this week, only because I was using them in a spell and I thought they were pretty, but you don't have to do that. You just make sure your gauntlet is always filled with clean, fresh water. So every week you want to clean everything on your altar, wipe down, get the wax off, change the offering, change the food and things like that. You don't want food rotting and all that type of stuff. Hell no. You want to keep it beautiful, keep it clean. I like to keep a bell. This is an old bell from my grandmother, as you can see. But I like to keep a bell on my altar. You don't have to. I like to do that. I have my Rose of Jericho, which is the plant that you would like to keep on your altar. I keep Rose of Jericho. You can keep any plant, any flower. You can put fresh flowers every week on your altar. I keep fresh flowers in my home because I honor myself. So I keep fresh flowers in my home every week just to keep the energy up and just to keep me happy, because I just love them. But y'all can keep flowers, whatever you want on your altar. Rose of Jericho is the one for me because it has some crystals and stuff like that in here. So you also want to have some crystals. I recommend some crystals on your altar, just to bring in that earth factor. And the crystals can be any type of crystals that you like. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. I have a small cross from my grandmother, of course, and this is old and rusted, and I love her, and I'm keeping her just as such, calcified and everything, whatever you call that. But I have this cross, and then I have a candle, my offering, and I have an incense just to bring in that smoke, because our ancestors, they love smoke, they love tobacco. If you want to give, put some tobacco or some cigarettes or a cigar on your altar, that's wonderful. Anything that makes them happy. Alcohol, which will be also a great offering for your altar. So make sure that you have things that your ancestors or that deity enjoy and that they love. Just make sure that you're keeping things that ancestor like. And you just keep it simple. It's not that big. As you can see, you can use any surface as long as it's just not a lot of people able to touch it. You want to keep the energy at your altar clear and free and pure. Okay. That's all I wanted to show you guys, is to make sure you have an altar. I'm just using a corner in my desk because I wanted y'all to see what it looks like to have an altar, but this can be on the top of a bookshelf. Like my ancestor one is at the top of the bookshelf that I keep my herbs on. Okay. My personal altar is in my bedroom. All right, my loves. Thank you. I will holler at y'all in the next one. Bye, my loves.